So now let's see how humidity is measured. So after knowing relative and absolute humidity, it's very important for us to know that how do we measure it. In our school, you might have seen that we keep a small house kind of an equipment near the administrative block, which is white in color. So that in that particular equipment has instruments inside it. Those are geographic instruments, and one of the instrument kept inside that is hygrometer. Hygrometer is a kind of instrument which helps us to know what is the humidity at present in the air. I'll suggest you to go through the newspapers. In your newspapers, you might be seeing a column where absolute humidity and relative humidity of the day is mentioned. So just go through it and see how much is the difference between relative humidity and absolute humidity. If relative humidity becomes higher, then there are more chances of rain. So that is how it's so important to understand. And when air becomes saturated, like in case of a sponge I told you, when it becomes totally saturated, then water starts flowing down outside the sponge. Same is the case of atmosphere. Just imagine this is the atmosphere, and in atmosphere water is going up, rising up, and added day after day, hours after hour, and this whole atmosphere becomes saturated. Then it starts falling back. This process of falling of water from the atmosphere back to the earth is called as precipitation. And this happens due to condensation. Condensation is a process when water vapor changes into water, and when it falls back on the surface, it is called as precipitation. So let's see what is condensation and what are the different types of condensation. Due to decrease in temperature, the water vapor starts converting into liquid droplets. This process is called as condensation, and condensation is of various forms. The common form of condensation in winter season can be seen in the form of dew, which happens during colder nights when water droplets gets condensed on anything which is kept outside. Even if you keep your books or geometry box outside, you'll see in the morning dewdrops starts getting collected on them. So that is also a type of condensation. Frost. In our school, in winter season, frost is very common. When water which is falling on the surface of the earth freezes at night, it is called as frost. Fog and mist is kind of a condensation where the particles of water vapor settles on the surface of the earth. So it's just the water in the water vapor form. Clouds. Clouds are also a form of condensation, and there are different types of clouds which you can see in the sky, and there are different categories of clouds which are there. Nimbus, cumulus, stratus, and cirrus. These are the different categories of clouds.